Hi, third graders. We are going to correct our weekly language review, number 8. You should have all these days done so far in black pen, and we are going to correct using the red pen. So if you have not finished, please go ahead and finish first, and then you may watch this video and correct with me. If you get it wrong, just fix it with your red pen. If you get it correct, put a star. All right, let's get started. Day 1, box 1. An exclamation sentence shows feelings. Bubble the exclamation sentence. So it's strong emotion, okay, when you exclaim something. The river is flooding. Where are we going? Put on your shoes. Well, exclamation sentences will have an exclamation mark, so this one is easy. There's only one. You should have bubbled that first sentence. Next one, make the following nouns plural. So plural means more than one. Boy, if I have one boy, many boys. I'm going to just write B-O-Y-S. One baby, many babies. Now, notice baby ends with a Y, so I need to change it because I'm not going to just add an S to the end. It's usually that when it ends with a Y, you would change it to an I-E-S. Now, boys is an example of when that doesn't apply. So babies, I would need to write B-A-B-I-E-S. Fox, one fox, many foxes. F-O-X, and when we end with an X, we're going to have an E-S at the end. Foxes. Next one, write P for present, F for future, and PT for past tense. So we're looking at the verbs. The boy will succeed. Will is our key word here. That means it will be in the future. Oops, in the future. Will succeed. That means it hasn't happened yet. They finished the race. We're looking at finished, and I notice it has an ED ending, which means it happened in the past tense. The fish are biting today. I see that ing. That tells me that it's happening right now, and that is the present. Next one, replace the underlined word with the correct verb. He was a great pilot. Well, actually, that makes sense. You could say that. You could also say he is a great pilot. That would also make sense. We was in the same class last year. No, you would say we were in the same class last year. Day 2, box 1, underline the complete predicate. So remember, a subject and a predicate make up a sentence. The subject is the who or what of the sentence. The predicate is what that subject does. So it starts with the verb. The tree frog crawled up the tree to hide. Well, the subject would be the tree frog. And what did that tree frog do? He crawled up the tree to hide. Add punctuation to make this sentence correct. Mrs. Thompson said, "It's time to take your math test." So you are going to need a comma after said. And because Mrs. Thompson was actually saying these words, they need to be in quotation marks. So I need to put quotation marks curved in here. I need a capital letter for its. I need to put punctuation mark at the end of the sentence and then my end quotation mark. Next, write a synonym for each word. Synonym means the same, so a word that means the same thing. Leave. If you leave a room, you also exit a room. That could be an example. Some of these might have multiple correct answers. Pretty. What's another word for pretty? You could have said cute. You could have said beautiful. I will just say beautiful. Beautiful. Leap. Okay, another word for leap would be jump. Next one, write F for fact or O for opinion. He is the toughest player. Well, I'm looking at that word toughest, and I know that that is based on an opinion. Some people might think certain people are tough. Some might think others are tough. So this is O for opinion. The girl is 5 feet tall. This is a fact. We can prove it true or false. It's not someone's opinion. The principal is smart. Well, that might be true, but that's also an opinion. Day 3, circle the complete subject, so the who or what of the sentence. Flying pigs were seen over the building today. Who or what is this sentence about? Flying pigs. Complete the analogy. Fish is to scales as bird is to what? So I first need to look to see, how do these two words compare? How do they relate to each other? Fish and scales. Well, I know that fish have scales on their bodies. So now I need to apply that understanding and say, okay, my word is bird. What do birds have on their body? Well, I would write feathers. Next one. Circle the proper nouns in the sentence below. Proper nouns are specific nouns, specific people, place, things, ideas that have capital letters. So San Diego, Fort Myers, Denver, and Indianapolis are all cities in the United States. I should circle San Diego, Fort Myers, Denver, Indianapolis, and the United States. Those are all proper nouns. They're capitalized and they're specific places. What type of figurative language is the following sentence? Tom is a couch potato. Well, simile or metaphor. Similes use the word like or as to compare two things. A metaphor says something is something else or things are something else. In this sentence, Tom is a couch potato. Is the word that is making that comparison. And so we are going to circle metaphor. It is a metaphor. Day 4, box 1. Simple sentence or compound sentence. My brothers and sisters went to the library and then went home to read. This is an example of a compound sentence, and here's why. Compound sentences are two complete sentences that are joined with a comma and a conjunction. So one sentence could be, my brothers and sisters went to the library. You could put a period there. And then the other sentence would be, then went home to read. Okay? So this right here is my comma conjunction. Circle the transition words. Joining. Nope. After. Yes. Last. Yes. Through. No. Bubble if the word is a noun, verb, or adjective. Examine. If you examine the test or you examine the puppy, it means that you are looking at it very closely. That means that this word is a verb. It's an action. Last one, write F for fragment and S for sentence. Remember, a sentence needs a subject and a predicate. If it doesn't have them, then you don't have a complete sentence, and it would be considered a fragment. Green spotted frogs. Does that have a subject and a predicate? No. Gives us the subject, but no predicate, so this is a fragment. Frogs croaking. Well, does it have a subject? Yeah. Croaking? Yeah. This one, I think, would honestly need, like, frogs were croaking to make it a sentence, but we'll say sentence. Bullfrogs are loud. That's a sentence. Developing from a tadpole. Well, what was developing from a tadpole? This would just be a fragment. I'm going to actually change this one to fragment too. I don't think that's a complete sentence the way it is. All right, check that you have everything that matches mine. You might want to pause the video right here to make yours match, and then you may submit this to Schoology under Weekly Language Review number 8.